Hi again, everyone, and welcome into Gators Insider, presented by Talon Wealth. I'm Sean Kelley, the voice of the Gators, alongside our Gators Insider, Scott Carter from FloridaGators.com. The Gators, after this past Saturday, are now 1-1 on the season, losing to South Florida inside the Swamp, 18-16. Scott, it's pretty obvious there were failures across the board for the Gators in the loss to the Bulls of South Florida. But was there one failure or one shortcoming for the Gators that maybe surprised you more than any other?
I think the one that was probably the biggest talking point after the game, Sean, during Billy Napier's post-game presser, was the drive right before USF's winning field goal. They get the ball back. There's still over 2 minutes left, and you're expecting them to run off some time off the clock, and they go deep on that first down. Incomplete pass obviously stops the clock. And, you know, if Vernell Brown makes that catch and scores, we're not having the conversation right now. But unfortunately for the Gators, he didn't. And then I think by the time the next two plays were ran and USF got the ball back, I think they only ran 27 seconds off the clock. So I think that was the one that was very costly. And there were others, but in that situation with a 1 point lead in the ball, you know, you can run some time off the clock and force USF maybe to burn time out.
There were other highlights from the game. Look, another great game from sophomore linebacker Miles Graham. He had a career high in tackles, and he also led the team in tackles alongside linebacking mate Jaden Robinson. And, of course, Trey Wilson had another standout game, leading the team in receptions as well. All right, let's get to our maybe not just an offensive play of the game, but in this case, a special teams play is the one that stands out the most.
Yeah, I thought the play of the game, Sean, for Florida was Vernell Brown's 40-yard punt return that set up the go-ahead score, the touchdown pass from DJ Lagway to Trey Wilson. And it just reignited the crowd. The game was, you know, before USF had just taken the lead at that point, and the Gator fans were kind of quiet. And Vernell Brown did what he did in the opener. He provided really, I think, the biggest play of the night as far as from electricity standpoint for Florida. And the Gators, you know, took the lead there, and it changed the complexion of the game. And unfortunately, it was short-lived for Florida, but I've seen enough of Vernell Brown III as in his first two college games. I think we can probably expect that kind of performance from him regularly. He's just a dynamic guy with the ball in his hands.
Without a doubt. Was there any plays on the defensive side of the football that stood out for you?
The one that really I was already writing in my story as a huge factor before the end was Tyreek Sapp, his sack there on the drive before the USF's game-winning drive that knocked them back a little bit, forced Nico Gramatica to kick the 58-yard attempt. He missed it. The Gators got the ball back, and then that's when they only took 27 seconds off the clock and gave USF the ball back, and then we know what happened. But I thought Tyreek Sapp had 2 tackles for loss. It was a little more indicative of what I expected at the start of the season from him, and the Gators will need more of that.
No doubt. That's Gators Insider Scott Carter. Look for more of his work on FloridaGators.com. Scott, thank you very much. We'll do it again next week following the LSU game. I'm Sean Kelley. Thanks again. It's been Gators Insider presented by Talon Wealth.